So, Judy, before the show started, I was telling you about how everything was super frantic with me.
Right.
And the thing I was telling you about that made me the most frantic was my tea that I was making. And I ended up telling you how I ended up needing to microwave my water because normally I boil my water because I'm a fancy bitch like that,
Yes.
right? So what I didn't tell you though, even though I did tell you that I have a bit of a concern that I might be getting irradiated now with the amount of radiation that's in my water, you told me don't trip. You've eaten plenty of shit out of a microwave, you fat piece of shit. But what I didn't tell you
Wow.
about the water is that after I took it out, I put a little sugar in there, right? Because it's for my tea. So I put a little sugar in there and the water started to fizz when I put the sugar in.
What?
Yep. I put it in and was so, here bottoms up.
I mean, I don't know. Are you sure you put sugar in it and not like some kind of citric acid or
I
something?
What the hell? You think I have citric acid in my kitchen, Judy?
Look, you never know what's in people's kitchens. Just saying.
Man, whatever. Start the show. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD. Make sure you check us out on TikTok and go to our Patreon at TABPOD for both of them. $5 a month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5 a month gets you put onto the ticker, just like Judy's husband. I forgot your name for a second. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
Just like Judy's husband, who Keith, a real man, makes an appearance on the ticker every week. I can't. You just noticed that. I love your comments because I really get to see how often you're watching the show.
Yeah. I'm a Spotify listener through and through, but I'll make my occasion jump onto the YouTubes.
Which is totally fine. I get that. We no matter how you listen to the show or watch the show on YouTube, if you could like rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. We like the 5 stars. We also like sharing and subscribing. My favorite way to share. I don't think many of you are doing it still. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna get all uppity about it over and over again. So just share it however you want. No, you roll down that window and you turn your head and you say, "Listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan," and then you just drive away. Okay? It's not that difficult. I don't know why you guys just refuse to help me out. I don't understand it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it.
I just want to know how loud you actually scream that in your apartment, and then like if your neighbors can hear you.
Oh, they can definitely hear me. They can definitely hear me. I feel so bad for my neighbors every single Thursday night when we record this show. I feel so bad for them. But what? You want me to do a fake show? You want me to not be 100% me? I don't
Yeah, no,
think so. Come on.
definitely always authentic.
Yeah. No, but I definitely need to get them an I'm sorry gift at some point. Remember, $5 a month on the Patreon gets you put on the ticker. All right. As we like to start every show.
Get in the comments.
That's right. It's time for Get in the Comments. This week, this comment brought to us by Keith Yoder, 1448. It took me less than 10 seconds to like Ryan. Thanks, buddy. I really do struggle with that kind of stuff. So hearing that, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And then he asks a question. This is our first question from outside of the inside of the show. What salary would you accept if you had to tolerate low to mid-level racism every day?
Wow. Look at my husband asking questions.
So this is kind of an interesting one for me because I once had a boss who was low to mid-level racist. But at the time, I was young and I was like, I'll take any job that isn't minimum wage. So, because this guy used to say stuff like, I was working, I started sales, and then from sales, I wasn't great at that type of sales, right? So I went into the warehouse, and one day I'm downstairs and the garbage truck is driving by, and the boss comes to me and he says, "Hey, Ryan, you should get a job on the garbage truck. All the brothers work there."
What?
Yup.
Wow.
Sir, excuse me. Now, this is pre-Obama. I get it. It's a different time. But that's just bold racist, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. Not a little racist. It's a whole lot of racist.
Right. So, I think at the time, like I said, pre-Obama, I'm making like maybe $12.50 an hour. I don't think I would still accept $12.50 an hour for that. Honestly, though, I'm not gonna lie. You give me like $180K a year. You could call me whatever you want. You can insinuate that I'm any kind of thing. We good. I got vacation money, sir. It's fine.
Okay, $180K for you. Got it.
What about you?
I would say probably like $200K. Low to mid racism. All right, but I mean, if you throw in racism and also sexism, then I don't know. I might have to like raise that up a little bit.
Oh, God. She threw the sexism in. Come on. I also like how you basically Price is Righted me, where you took my number and you were like, I'm just gonna ask for a little bit more.
Let me just make more than a honestly, man in this situation, okay?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? Okay. So, Judy, you know I love the trash reality TV shows, right?
Yes, it's your fave.
All right. So I finished the 4th season of I Love a Mama's Boy. It honestly, seasons 1 and 2 were good, and then 3 was like, and then 4 really went downhill. So I was looking for something new, something fresh, and instead I found Netflix's Battle Camp. And I say that because essentially this show is Netflix's version of The Challenge. Remember MTV's The Challenge?
Not really, no. Sorry.
No? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You and my mom have no idea what's happening right now. The rest of us, we're all on the same page. But MTV's The Challenge was they would take people from their shows, essentially from Real World and Road Rules, and eventually they had to bring in people from just other things. And they would have them compete against each other in different physical activities, right? Okay. Now, on The Challenge, the way you got eliminated is 2 people would get voted into whatever elimination they would have, and they would compete in that elimination. 1 person would go home, right? Now, Netflix has a show called Battle Camp. Same exact premise. It's all the people from all of their different shows, Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, The Circle, even like Cheer. And I think there's another, The Mole. Like every show that they have had is pretty much getting some kind of representation, right? Okay. And it's hosted, here, let me pull this up for you. Do I have it? Yes. So it's hosted by Taylor Lewan, who is a former, I hope so, but he's a former NFL offensive lineman, right? He currently is on the podcast Bussin' with the Boys. And if you're looking on our YouTube channel at takeabreathpod, you can see this man. Now, a good-looking man. I'm not trying to say he's not good-looking, right? But this man is wearing like a hipster chic-esque outfit, right?
Yeah.
I know you can't see it right here. He is tatted from basically the neck down, right? And he's got the huge Burt Reynolds mustache going. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my point in bringing all that up is that for whatever reason, the editor of this show is trying to get Netflix an Oscar, and you can't even get an Oscar for a TV show. But just listen to the drama and the music that they use for this elimination segment.
Find out between the two of you who's on the wheel.
What the hell, Hans Zimmer?
What composer did they use on this?
Don't you feel like you're in what's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie? I had it earlier, I can't remember. Inception?
Oh,
that
Inception.
One too, both of them. Oh. This is the most dramatic thing ever. And the tears. And each thing just whoom, whoom. And you see Taylor, look at him, Taylor Watt right there in his hipster outfit. And they have this music going. Oh.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so...
I don't care, Irina. I don't care that you're so sorry. Oh. This show has been my favorite thing to watch over the past couple days. 99% because of these scenes, just because of how over the top dramatic they are trying to make it.
Oh man. I've never seen a Netflix reality show be that dramatic.
I've never seen any show be that dramatic. Oh my God.
Fair, you're right.
I felt myself slipping into a dream within a dream within a dream watching this thing. Oh, but for real, Battle Camp, not a bad show. Not a great show, but not a bad one. Yeah,
interesting.
It's serviceable.
Okay. It keeps you entertained.
Yeah, it'll get me to the next thing. You know, it's not here for a long time, but a good time. So,
right. Okay.
And speaking of TV, you've been watching Last of Us. Now,
yes.
I haven't watched any of the show because I don't like scary shit. Right? I'm not interested.
Fair.
Just for the same reason I haven't played the game. Because I don't because that's like real scary, okay? Because with the TV, at any moment, you'd be like, nope, I'm going to go watch something else, or I'm going to turn on all the lights and put this up, right? But no matter how many lights you have, no matter what time of day it is, when you immerse yourself in a video game, and out of nowhere, a fucking fungus-covered zombie rips your head off, oh, no, you can't recover from that.
Yes, exactly. I've never played the game. Keith has. So I always ask him, like, did that really happen in the game? Like, you know, did that happen in the game? And I go, that happened in the game? You didn't tell me about it? Like, what?
Babe, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the game, okay?
Clearly. But I was telling Keith, I go, why would anyone want to survive something like this? Like, I myself, if there's a zombie apocalypse, something that happens where we have to, like, you know, survival of the fittest type thing is gonna, like, get out. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, to do one of my favorite quotes from The White Lotus last season, I'm not meant to live in an uncomfortable life, okay? You know, I think about this periodically. I'm like, why would I want to do that? Like, I used to love watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, why would I want to survive this? Like, just off me, please.
No, that's fair. That is
That's me.
100% fair. I mean, for me, I don't feel dissimilar from you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I'd be all about living in an apocalyptic time, but I do know for a fact that if my family is alive, then I can't go out if knowing that they're alive still, right? I can't.
Fair. Yes.
I can't just think of the EP and Asher getting torn up by some zombies, right? I would definitely, if I have to go out, I'm doing what Thomas Jane did in The Fog. And if you know, you know, okay?
Yes.
That was, the Mist, thank you. Fog, The Mist, whatever. Thomas Jane, it was enough information.
We knew
okay?
what you meant. Yes.
Yeah, and like I said, if you know,
If you know, you know.
super dark, but
So dark.
especially the military rolls in 13 seconds later, man.
That was that okay, I would say that's another good from one of our segments or one of the threads from a couple weeks ago about the plot twists. That I would say that was like,
yeah.
God, how did we forget about that?
That was a real one.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a real one. Wow. Forgot about that. But yeah,
But if I had money, like if I had money, right? Then I might feel differently about it. And I'm thinking only because of the movie, what was it, 2012?
Yes, I know what you're talking
We
about.
thought the world was going to end or whatever. Had
big old
John.
boats.
Yes, exactly. With John Cusack running around in a limo or whatever. Stupid ass movie. But something like that. Like if I already have like a fallout bunker ready to go and it's stocked up with everything, including my butler and his assistant or whatever. Like if I can live a super comfortable life, like if I plan ahead or whatever because I have so much money, we're doing that for sure. Right? But if it's just me, if I'm here by myself, no. Someone's gonna find me by a shoestring. Okay. Like you know.
Oh man. You know what's so weird is that we had that, like, I feel like we had 1 year where all the movies was just about like the world ending. Did you ever notice that?
I don't know about 1 year, but we did have a lot of years about the world ending. And then and then COVID hit, and I don't think we're gonna have many of those for a while.
Because when you brought up 2012, I was like, wow, yeah, that movie came out, I think, around the same time The Day After Tomorrow came out.
Yup, okay.
And that one Nicolas Cage movie where he sees all the numbers and he can predict death. Knowing.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Oh, that was Knowing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like these movies came out all around the same time.
So I feel like Knowing is cheating a little bit because literally somebody said it. Like in his vision, someone sets off a nuclear bomb. So that's not really like the world catastrophically ending. That's a crazy person ending it for us. But I get what you're saying. The other thing or movies that I want to submit to this topic are the year we had not one, but 2 asteroid movies come out. Armageddon, one of my personal favorite summer movies of all time, with Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck.
So good.
Honestly,
classic.
There's so many people in that cast. We would be here till the end of the show if I name them all. But that one, and then I think it was called Deep Impact, which starred Taya Leone and Morgan Freeman. Both of those movies come out in the same year. But yes, we had a run of apocalyptic world movies for a minute.
Yes. So I feel like I from these movies, I definitely do not want to be that one person trying to make it out there on my own. So
that's what I'm saying. The only one where like I couldn't see myself doing it, but I get why someone would do it, is I can't remember the name right now, but the Denzel movie. Hold on.
Denzel. Book of Eli?
Yes, Book of Eli. Denzel's blind ass walking around the desert for 40 years. Another plot twist. Another plot twist was the end of that movie.
Yeah.
You remember?
No, I actually don't. I'm like, I'm trying to.
You're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then I go, wait, what is that movie even about?
All right. So it's about Denzel being blind and trying to take a Bible through the wasteland to some utopia place, right? Gary Oldman is trying to kill him to get the Bible the whole time because the Bible has power. Right? That's what they're saying, is that people will follow faith and religion and all that stuff. Message! But we find out at the end, like at the end, we find out that Denzel's character is blind and that the book was a Bible, but it was in Braille. Oh, so Gary Oldman, even though he got the book, he doesn't get the book. Ha ha ha!
Wow. I looked it up to see where I could stream this movie because it's been so long since I watched it. It's not available on streaming platforms for free. So,
well, yeah. I mean,
oh well. Anyways.
Judy, it's time for Am I Overreacting? By the way, my boy Max is in the heat of a real championship battle right now. His car is not doing him so much favors. So, like, if you want to support the greatest F1 driver of all time, Max Verstappen, show your support. Just saying. All right. Am I overreacting? She shit with me in the shower. Hello, long-time lurker, first-time poster, throwaway, because I don't want this affiliated with my main. I, female 22, have been dating this girl, female 21, for about 3 months, and it's been great. The only red flag I've seen before this was she was a bit messy, leaving things without putting them away, including trash. That's understandable. Anyway, yesterday we went to a karaoke club, got super wasted, and she spilled her drink all over us. No big deal. We went to my apartment where in the shower, nothing sexy or anything. Oh, I'm sorry. We were in the shower, nothing sexy or anything. We were too drunk for that, which, I'm sorry, that line right there doesn't make sense. If I'm in the shower and I'm drunk and you're my girl and you're also drunk, something's happening. But that's just me. This is me. Anyway, right. Back to the story. But I remember looking down and there was a streak on the bottom of the shower. And I asked her what it was. I shit you not. She said, oopsie, I did a poopsie. And pushed the ball of shit into the drain with her toe. Blah emoji. I didn't know what to say. I kind of just stood there. This chick really just pooped. I told myself that she was drunk and we could talk about it tomorrow. Parentheses today. Fast forward to this morning, we woke up. I could not get what I saw yesterday out of my head. And so I tried to keep it in the light and laugh about the pooping. Maybe to try to get into the toilet in the future. And she goes on to explain that she just feels comfortable with me and doesn't want to hide who she is anymore. I asked if she poops in the shower all the time. She does.
Oh my God.
I asked if she could refrain from doing so in my shower, and she agreed. I feel like I can't move past this and look at her the same and kind of want to break up with her. Am I overreacting?
I don't know. I feel like it's justified because ew. What do you mean? Like the toilet is literally right there, girl. This is why I hate the youths, all right? What are we doing here? Did no one teach y'all how to use a freaking toilet? Like, why? Why is there a need to shit in the shower? I don't understand. I will never. I can't. I'm sorry.
I just love that she was like, oopsie, I did a poopsie.
Like, are you a child?
Oh. I mean, and okay. So, Judy, do you poop in the shower?
No, never have I pooped in the shower.
No? Are you sure?
No.
Because it's fine. This is a safe space.
I am 100% sure I've never pooped in the shower. Have you pooped in the shower, Ryan?
I'm not a shower pooper either. I know for a while people were talking about doing waffle stomping, and I just never really got into it. So I'm not a shower pooper.
Okay, good.
You don't know what waffle stomping is?
I don't, and I don't want to look it up either. I don't want that to be in my search algorithm. Yeah.
First otters. Now you don't know about waffle stomping. Okay. All right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Stay uneducated. It's fine.
My
Judy.
FBI agent's gonna be like, Judy, what are we Googling here? Waffle stompers and otters.
But like, even if I could see a scenario where like on some level I pooped in the shower, right? But I can't imagine a scenario where I poop in the shower with my significant other.
Yeah, and then watch you use your toes to put it down.
Yeah, just be like, "Hey, EP, oopsie, I did a poopsie." So what? Get out of the shower now!
And disinfect this bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Also, in case I wasn't clear enough, definitely not overreacting. Girl, drop this one. No.
Oh my God.
Look, if that's what she's into, I'm not even saying like she's unclean or anything. It just is not. It's not for me. I'm not trying to yuck a yum, but it's not for me. Okay. Judy is yucking it. Judy's yucking it
100%. I am yucking this 100% because one thing about me, poop is just not my thing.
Oh, you're not in a scat? Oh, that one you did know. Oh, you dirty motherfucker.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. You're a liar. I'm calling Keith right now. I don't have. Yo, she knows about the schedule. Yep.
I don't. Anyway, no. Ew. Does it have to do with poop? More poops and waffle stompers? I don't know what you're into, Ryan, but how do you know all these?
I stay educated, Judy, okay? Hold on, I'm calling Keith because there's no way you don't know about this.
He's asleep.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
If he's gonna listen to this, he's gonna text me, and if you're lying and he's not asleep, he's gonna get real angry.
He is asleep.
Okay.
But I will say fine. Probably tomorrow you'll get a phone call from him because he loves to call you Friday evening.
I didn't even realize he had called me last time because I was at the gym. And I just looked and it's like, oh, I got a missed call and I have a text message? What?
Wait, when you're at the gym, do you put your driving notification thing on? Like,
maybe I was driving to the gym then.
Okay, it was. Sorry. He's like, oh, I go just text him. He's like, oh. Or that he called you, he's like, oh, I went direct to voicemail. I go, yeah, because he doesn't want to talk to you. And he's like, let me text him. So
that's not true.
He's like, I know. So he's like, let me text him. He's like, oh, it says he's driving. Oh my God.
Oh man. All right. Well then I didn't wake you up, buddy. I'm sorry. All right.
Anyways,
let's double down on this type of content because you have a Am I the Asshole, right?
Yes. Okay, so headline is, am I the asshole for not stopping my husband from getting the paternity test? My husband recently asked me for a paternity test. Why? Because our son looks nothing like him. I never cheated on him. I would never. He knows he was my first and only partner. I told him he can have the test. Who am I to stop him from it? He took the test and found out our son is actually his. And he seemed very happy. I told him, congrats. Now you are sure it's your own son you are paying child support for. He asked, what does that mean? And I told him if he thinks I cheat on him, then we truly shouldn't be married. I took my son and left, and we are currently staying in a hotel, and I'm going to get a divorce. He keeps calling and texting and begging me to come back, but I don't want to. He said if I had such a problem with the test then I should have stopped him instead of allowing it and then acting like a bratty child and ruining our lives, in quotes. I'm not sure how I'm the one ruining our lives. He is the one who thinks I'm a cheater. He should be happy he doesn't have to live with a cheater anymore. Am I the asshole for this?
So I'm not gonna lie. When she talked about the child support thing, I was like, "Wait, they're not together? Then no, he's not an asshole for asking. Because I would do that if we weren't together. The kid doesn't look like me." But what I will say is, yeah, she's kind of an asshole, in my opinion. Not because she shouldn't feel like she was majorly disrespected by her husband. Because yes, you were. But in my opinion, a marriage is not a pass-fail. It is a constant communication back and forth and growth, right? Mm-hmm. So my point in saying all that is, if let's say I was her in this situation and my husband came to me and said, I want you to get a paternity test or a DNA test or whatever, I would say, no, that is super insulting. If you don't understand why, then you have two choices. We can talk about it till you understand why I feel this way, or you can walk out the door, right? I wouldn't just be like, everything is awesome, everything is cool when you're part of a team, and then be like, deuces.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I honestly think I get where she's coming from. Like, how can you stay in a marriage if that your partner can't trust you? I don't know. That's like, trust is a big thing for me. Like, once it's kind of broken, like, I don't really. And the thing is, I was reading all the comments to get what the population is saying. And some of them were like, well, if the man was, like actually thought about it, he didn't really have to ask his wife to get the test. He could just do little swabs, swab himself, swab his son's. Like, honestly, like, why did you have to bring that up? Like, if you really were concerned and you know that your wife doesn't cheat on you, like, just do your own swab. But regardless, he asked for it, and I can't go to see them in a different light. If that's my take.
So, and that's fair, right? Trust is paramount when it comes to relationships. Yeah. But I would almost say, like, you're looking at, and I'm not saying I feel this way, but I'm saying that you could be looking at it from a different perspective, right? What if I don't think that you cheated on me, but for whatever reason, there's this nagging thing that I just can't get it out of my head, and I just want to be done with it. I just want to put it to bed so that I don't ever have to think about it again. No, I don't think that you cheated on me in any way, shape, or form. But for whatever reason, when I look at my daughter, I don't see myself. So I just need something that assures me that she's my daughter, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. He could be looking at it from that point of view, right? Either way, like, it's totally fucked up. It's totally fucked up to ask that question, right? Because I'm also the type of person, like, even if, thankfully this never happened to me, but even if somebody else has a baby when I get with them, if I'm raising that kid, that's my kid. Like, I'm taking over the responsibilities and everything that goes along with that, right? That's why, like I said, anytime single mom, gotta go. But yeah, I mean, it's just that's one of those things you gotta be able to come to terms with on your own. So he's 100% an asshole for asking, but like I said, I think, and I get why you disagree, I think that she's a bit of an asshole for leaving while making it seem like everything. Even if she gave him a warning, like, I will do it, but if I do, I'm taking everything. Like, even if it's something like that, it at least gives him the opportunity to be like, oh, I didn't realize that was the consequence, right?
Right, yeah.
Because that's something, too. Like, you know why people don't murder? It's because they know what the consequence. It's not because they care about their fellow person. Oh, okay. No, it's because they know what the consequences are, right? So what if we didn't know? And like, I was just out one night and I was defending myself and I popped somebody in the head. Oh, you hit him in the head and he's dead. You're in jail for 4,225 years. I wouldn't have done it. I would have stayed home. Okay.
That's because you have a moral compass, right?
I think you're the first person to ever say that. Thank you.
After listening to the Diddy stuff, look. Anyways, let's not get into that.
I tried to look at, because Cassie got on the stand in the Diddy trial. I tried. It's just, that kind of stuff is difficult for me. I dealt with domestic abuse, not towards me, but just seeing it in the home.
Right.
When I was a wee little baby. So I try to, anytime anything like that pops up, especially when you're reading it, and this is probably why reading is going away in our current iteration of society. But when you're reading it and you have to visualize it in your head, it just becomes so much more realistic.
Yeah.
That's, like I told you, I had nightmares from Night John, okay? Dude just teaching people how to read. Ah!
God. Anyways.
So we will not be talking about that. But the other big story in the sports world this week?
Oh, what?
So we could have chosen from the Timberwolves going to back-to-back Western Conference Finals with your boy Anthony Edwards. We could have talked about Jason Tatum tearing his Achilles ruining
I didn't see that.
the chances for the Celtics. We could have even talked about Nico Harrison getting fucking stupid lucky and getting the first overall pick in the NBA draft.
Saw that.
But instead, the story that is embodying all of sports, because we are a country that just, oh my God, football, is the release of the NFL schedule.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why. Are we that depraved for football already that the releasing of the schedule, like, because no, it's not even the release of the schedule. It's just releasing of the games you're going to play, essentially, right? Or no, is it? It is the full schedule.
No, it's the full
Either way.
schedule. So they tell you at some point, either before the draft or somewhere between like the draft and the release schedule, is who your opponents are. So you'll know who your opponents are, but then they do this release drop where when. So I guess people can like plan their flights and stuff and what have you, but still. I
mean, okay.
I don't understand the hype.
Thank you. If that's why you're doing it, though, if you're doing it so that you can plan a family trip or just a personal trip or whatever, like you're someone who wants to go to every single NFL stadium, something like that. All right, I can understand why it would be important to you. But the fact that this is the thing leading like every sports talk show, come on. Like, and I get it. I'm biased because I love hockey, but there's a hell of a hockey playoffs going on. The Knights just got bounced in 5, and as sad as it makes me to say, we were lucky to get the one. Literally won it with less than a half of a second on the clock. Like,
yeah.
you know, but this is the story that's leading. You know, I also had to deal with, like, it felt like 87 years of Shedeur fucking Sanders coverage just so that he could go in the 5th round or whatever, right? And now he's on the Browns and he's doing great. Like, we are so deprived of football. We need it like a, you know, like a good old tap to the vein. We need football that much that these are the stories that take over. So you know what? I'm jumping on board, okay? I'm going to jump on board. We need more football. So what I want everyone to know, I need you to go on YouTube at TABPOD so you could see this specimen of a football player that I have discovered.
Oh.
Okay?
Let's see him.
This man makes Josh Allen. This looks like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes had a baby, okay? It's basically Thor throwing a football. Okay, this guy, I don't understand how he's not getting more publicity than he actually is than he has already gotten, okay? So, here he is.
Oh my god. That's such
Look at that. Oh. Oh yeah. Look at it. Look at, like Thor with that hair. Down the field, no problem. Perfect accuracy. Look at this guy. Beautiful. Woo! That is a stud right there. Oh my god. Can you hear
God,
how much force and effort he's putting into each one of those throws? Oh god. NFL, okay? Get this man. Get this man on contract, okay?
I need him to 100 SPF, please. God, can this man get some SPF?
Oh my god, I can't believe you're only I cannot believe your only worry is about his sunburn. This man's putting in work. Okay.
I know, I saw, but the first thing I saw was his skin. He's like as red as a lobster. I'm concerned.
Honestly, I thought you were going to talk about how chubby he was, and no, you're just like, no, it's just he's a lobster.
God, he makes all these grunting noises while he's throwing. I'm like, oh.
He's fine though. That's just when he goes into gear 2.
Gear 2.
Do you have any idea what that means? God damn it, Judy.
I mean, like, are you talking about like Judy going faster? Like on like the stick shit?
A stick shift?
Tell you, like, do you have to get into gear? Like,
no.
You know,
no, it's a One Piece reference.
Oh.
It's a One Piece reference. Oh, God, Judy.
Sorry, I don't watch the animes. I told you.
I know, but still, I didn't expect you to know Gear 2, but I didn't think you'd be so far off. I'm not gonna lie. That's on me. I should have known better.
Wow, what is that man's name?
Oh man. What man's name? What man?
The Thor QB.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I didn't actually discover anyone. I thought that you were gonna look at him and be like, yeah, that's a person. Like, I didn't think that you were gonna have a conniption over his skin color. That's racist, Judy. Okay, that's racist.
How is that racist?
Judging someone by the color of their skin.
Is literally white.
Right. You're not I didn't say you're racist against white people. You're racist against Redskins.
Oh my god. Anyways,
am I allowed to say that still? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word anymore since they got rid of the football team. I think the football team was like holding it all together. And now, okay, so then since I said the dumb thing,
The thoughts, opinions,
I think
and
it's
expressions
been
of
racist,
Flamboy Ryan
but
in no way reflect those of
Right.
Judy
No,
herself,
I don't
the
disagree with
Conversation
that. I'm
Podcast,
saying that
or
even though it was
company,
racist,
Take
it
a
was
Breath
still
Productions.
socially
All rights
acceptable to
reserved.
say
Copyright 2020.
because there was a whole ass football team. But now they're the commies, so we can't do that. All right, Judy.
Oh man, yes.
It's time for you to hate.
The two Utes.
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, two Utes.
Utes.
What is a Ute?
Two youths.
It's time for you to hate on the youths.
Youths. Yes, please. Let's roll this film because Y'all, okay, so wait.
Okay.
So preface, because if for our audio listeners, there's a girl in the gym. I think she's like a fitness influencer, maybe. And she's on a lat pull down machine. So that's all you got to know about this.
Pulls it down. Oh.
And she cracks her phone.
We all knew what happened. Well, maybe audio listeners thought that she like hurt herself somehow because that was crunchy.
Right. Yeah, it's crunchy, and it says her caption said, I fear this sound will haunt me in my dreams or something.
Yes, I fear this sound will haunt me forever.
Forever.
But you know what? Honestly, that's what she gets.
Yes. What did she
Okay?
not realize what she was doing? If you're a true fitness influencer, all these women and men have like little tripods or something, right? That they would put. They don't put their phone on the actual machine where the weights are there. I just, what is going on?
So not only that, but the real reason to me that it's like, what are you doing, right? What kind of machine was she on, Judy?
It looked like a lat pull down.
A lat pull down machine, 100%.
Yes.
And which way was the camera facing?
Forward.
It was facing her face. It was facing her face, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sorry, I'm a fat guy, so I don't know anatomy all that well. So maybe you can let me
Okay.
know about this one. Where exactly are your lats?
On your back.
Oh, they're on your back. So she was doing a
Yes.
video of her using a machine, but she was filming the opposite side of where the muscles get. That's why I'm actually kind of happy that you broke your phone, because you don't even understand what you should be. We don't want to see your face. Okay? If you're really into fitness influence, and you're not just gooning all over these videos, okay? Then you want to see the muscle getting worked out. Okay?
Yes. You know what? I didn't even think about that part. And now that you say it, yes, this
It's so stupid. This
God.
youth is so stupid.
and then so I had to look it up how old she was before I called her a youth. So I found her Instagram. So she didn't put like her age or something on her TikTok. And I had to scroll. So I had to go into
So you
Instagram.
stalked her. You cyber stalked her.
I did. Because everybody puts everything online. So I was like, let me see. I know she has to post like a little with her balloons of her birthday because she looks like that type of influencer. All right.
Okay, fair.
And lo and behold, she had a recent post this year that she said 24. So I had to text you, Ryan. I was like, Ryan, is 24 considered a youth? Like I don't know.
I'm gonna say because I'm old and I always forget. You're 33, right?
34.
30. You're 34. Okay.
Yes.
I would say for us, anyone, I'm going to say 25 and younger. If your brain hasn't fully developed, right, then you're a youth.
Yeah.
Right? If you're
Okay,
so
okay.
stupid that you film
yeah.
a lat pull down machine front facing and smash your phone in the process, honestly, at that point, you could be 46. I'd still call you a youth, okay? Like,
Yeah, because wow, wow, That second point, though, I didn't even put the two and two together. But yes, that's even the dumbest. That's even dumber now. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Man,
No,
it's
and
just
then
that.
well, in other gym stories, you discovered what you've deemed Pilates girl.
Yeah,
And I'm
call her
interested.
Pilates girl.
I'm interested to hear more about what this lady said about Pilates specifically.
Yes. So she since then deleted these two videos. But when it first surfaced on my For You page, it's this lady, I would say she's in decent shape, maybe. She doesn't look overweight, whatever, right? What have you? None of that. So she goes on a rant. She's in her car. I'm guessing she got out of her Pilates class recently. She's in her car and she starts venting about how people who weigh over 200 pounds should not be doing Pilates. Then she goes on to say that the instructors of these Pilates classes shouldn't have a gut. And I mean, she was saying this with her whole chest, right? Like, basically just saying, like,
And I'm sorry, real quick, what physique did she have?
She did not weigh 200 pounds. We'll say that.
Okay, so she was on the smaller side.
Yes. Yeah, she was a skinnier woman. Yep. So that was her first video. Then she posted another, like a follow-up, justifying what she was saying. And I'm here just like, look, as a as a bigger girl who weighs clearly more than 200 pounds. I've been in Pilates class. I've been in fitness classes where I may have been the bigger person, but I still deserve that spot in that class. I don't know where she's coming with this and why she's coming at just saying, if you're 200 pounds or more, 200 pounds, what do you even think 200 pounds actually looks like? Is my thought.
Right. Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Anyways, I was just very deeply offended by what she was saying, but it's because I'm also a big girl.
Judy, I don't mean to keep offending you. But I kind of agree.
What?
I mean, first, let's just show, this is Pilates, right? It's essentially yoga with weightlifting, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay, if you want to put it that way.
Okay. I'm simplifying it to the nth degree. Like, if you're just trying to visualize it for the audio listeners, right? So I will say any kind of instructor, unless, and I'm saying she for a specific reason, but this applies to men too, unless she is pregnant or unless he is pregnant, I don't want to see my fitness instructor with any kind of gut. Because how do I know that I could achieve what you got if you ain't got that?
Well, see, that's the thing. With Pilates, it's more of mobility and flexibility. You can still be flexible with a gut.
Right. Right. But let's not act like it's not a fitness class, though. Right? You're not serving ice cream sundaes during Pilates class. It's not where the local Weight Watchers meeting is being held. Okay.
God.
So, but that's for the instructor. Okay.
Okay.
Going to the, and that's all exercises though. It's not just Pilates. That's everything. That's just my opinion. If you're out there and you're making a living being a fat fitness instructor, good for you. Good for you for being able to con people out of their money. You deserve that money. You earned it. As far as the people in the class go, right? I'm not going to put a weight limit on it, but this is about flexibility and mobility, right? If your big back self cannot like reach over your stomach to be able to be flexible and grab your toes or whatever is necessary for the class, I don't know if you should be in that class. Like, maybe like you get to go to the beginners one so you can limber up or whatever, right? We could have the fat Pilates class for all the new fat people. That I'm included in this conversation, okay? I just don't do Pilates, but if I did, I'd have to go to Fat Lotties too, okay? So you go to Fat Lotties and you limber up, and then once you can do every single aspect of it proficiently, then you're fine to go to the regular Pilates class. Because you know what I don't want to hear while I'm trying to stretch or concentrate on my own stuff in this class? You know what I don't want to hear? I don't want to hear you struggling to climb over your stomach while I'm trying to relax and become more mobile. Now, I say all of this, knowing, Judy, that when you go to Pilates, that you're basically like, you're like the varsity. I know that you've been doing it for a while and that you have the full mobility and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not worried about you struggling to climb over your stomach in the middle of this class. But there are some people, and even you will have to admit this is true. There are some people that have no business going into certain fitness classes because they have not done any fitness for 7 years. And then day one, they're just like, let's take a fucking turbo kickboxing class.
Well, they gotta start somewhere. You can't.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, that they shouldn't just jump into. But what if that's all they have? Like, they want to do that. They're like, you know what? I am motivated enough to get my big back into this Pilates class, and I don't want to be like, I shouldn't be judged for wanting to be healthy.
Right. No, they shouldn't be judged for that. I guess what I'm saying is I want a referendum on how we do all physical classes from now on, right? Like, you know what I want? I want a physical fitness test. You have to pass into the class, right? If you want to go into intermediate or above, you have to take this physical test. And then you could go to that class. If you can't make it, no matter what weight you are, if you can't make it, we're sending you to Fat Lotties. You gotta go. Don't worry. We'll have one Fat Lotties class every single night so it can be open to your schedule, right? But you gotta do Fat Lotties before you can come to the intermediate class.
I don't know. I feel like you're being discriminatory on fat people.
No, I'm not, because I'm not just saying fat people. It's anyone who can't pass it. Right? You could be 36 pounds and not pass the physical test. But it's also, let's look at it from a different angle, okay? What if this was weightlifting and someone who hasn't lifted weights in 10 years put up 225 on the rack and decided that they were going to bench press it? And then, oh no, they were stupid and the bar comes down on their neck and they die. What's the difference? It's two people that are putting themselves in a bad physical position because they tried to jumpstart their physicality stupidly.
Okay, I see where you're going with that, but it's just a different argument. It's not the same as what we're talking about.
How? If you can't...
I feel that if you're at the gym and you're weightlifting, okay, I'm not going to say you're not that dumb, because I'm sure there probably are dumb people out there. But I don't know. I don't know where this argument's going to go, but I just want to go back to like fat people and being shamed to go into fitness classes. This is what I'm trying to get to.
No, and I'm not trying to say that we should shame these people, right? The tryouts can be in private. I'm not trying to,
That's even worse.
I'm not trying to do anything.
God.
Ryan, what, you
your
want to do
plan
public
is not
tryouts?
working out. There shouldn't be
You want to do public tryouts? You just want to march all these fat people out into the middle of the strip in Las Vegas and run, piggy, run!
I mean, wasn't that the Biggest Loser, basically? Like, wasn't that their whole show? Like,
Yeah!
their whole concept of the show?
Yeah, and that show, I think, has been criticized for bullying ad nauseum. Okay. No, if I'm being serious, like, honestly, and I say this as someone, like, you shouldn't just be able to go into any class. Not everything is meant for everybody at that time, is my point. And like with the weightlifting thing, if you put up too much weight, even if you don't kill yourself, you could severely hurt yourself. And I'm guessing, like, real quick, look at this fucking thing. Look at this right here, okay? Wait, there we go. Look at that right there. Like, you stretch your fucking hamstring out a little too far, and you're tearing that thing off the bone, okay?
Listen, you have an instructor who will modify.
Who's also fat in this scenario. Who's going to tear their shit off the bone?
They're literally ill. There's like a fly. Sorry. Anyways, I was like, these classes have modifications. If you cannot do this move, you can do this move. Literally have
we're doing girly push-ups? We're doing girly style push-ups?
Yeah, if you can do a regular push-up, yes, please modify it where you can have knees on the ground, or you don't have to be on the reformer, you can be on the floor. Like, there's literally modifications that you can do to not injure yourself. So I'm just saying, regardless, girl, go to that Pilates class. I don't care what this bitch said. You do you. So to the whole point of this after the fact, so because this girl you could tell she just had like this fat phobia in her and everything. So somehow the ticky-tacky FBI girls and maybe men, I don't know, found out which Pilates studio she goes to, got her membership revoked. Like, they showed this, and the Pilates studio revoked her membership. And, I feel like she got what she got.
Okay. No. When you said they got her membership revoked, I didn't realize it was just as simple as they showed the video and the Pilates studio decided to revoke her membership. Okay. So that honestly, I'm fine with her getting her membership revoked under those circumstances. Yeah. I thought originally it was like, yeah, she's a racist, and she said Hitler was awesome, and all these other things, and they're like, okay, fine, she can't come anymore. Okay, maybe with the modification thing, maybe I feel differently. I still feel like if you've got to modify stuff, then you should be in like a beginner's class. But if they don't offer that too, and they're fine with you coming in, right? Who am I? What kind of, do I look like I own a fitness studio? Well, I mean, according to certain Pilates classes, yes, I could have my own fitness studio, but don't take my advice, okay? I go to the gym. Look, remember, I'm the guy.
You gotta trademark it now. What's your fat Pilates name studio called?
Fat Lotties. Fat Lotties.
You're gonna start it for us fans.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like the Richard Simmons of my time, okay? Sweating to Fat Lotties. Let's go. But I say all this stuff as someone who remember the EP, the last time I told her I was going to start working out, said, for real? Because usually you just go for a couple days and then stop. Right? So anything I say, don't feel judged by me, okay? Do whatever, whatever makes your freak flag fly. I'm just expressing my big back opinion on the subject. But yeah, no, if you wanna go into modification lotties, fat lotties, Pilates, whatever, do your thing. You heard the gong, though. That means it is the end of the show. I think Judy's actually happy for once that the show is over. She's like, get me off the air. Right, I can't talk to this stupid asshole anymore. Oh, man. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show, listening. If you could like, share, subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff. It really
Leave
does
comments.
help us out. Leave comments. Get in the comments. You know, all that stuff helps us more than you'll ever know, and we appreciate it. Just like we appreciate if you only ever listen to one episode. So thank you guys again, and until next time, bye!
Bye.